never the same because of the clouds around them. The mountains are the same. The clouds add a different depth and texture to the surface because of darkness, of lack of light, of shadow, which makes color and light pop out. So I'm a shadow worker. I ain't a light worker. I'm a shadow worker. I work in the shadows. Actually, I do both. So, what to talk about today? I want to do a brief expression of the twin flame journey, since that's what I'm going through right now. Like, there's this soul connection, this very strong soul connection, and I'm experiencing the soul connection. And trying to relate my experience with this soul connection to this reality. So, like, when my twin flame does something, like today, it looks like it's Friday. I woke up and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm feeling the collective Friday energy. But I don't think it's collective. I'm feeling my twin flame. Look at these beautiful flowers. Oh, and the pollen on the tree. So, it's Friday, right? And I felt this excitement, like, oh, I want to go hike. I want to go do something. And that's what she was doing. And so I'm trying to connect it in this reality. And I looked at some of her Instagram. And I'm like, oh, she posted something of being by the river. And I couldn't help to feel the energy in the video. And when the energy is really strong, you can see it manipulating the video. Because it's not that, it's not that technology affects our energy, it's that our energy affects technology. It's the other way around now. If you're still in the old paradigm, like, oh, 5G, this and that, it's like, no, you need to have a strong aura to protect yourself from other frequencies. And it's not about like shielding yourselves, it's about radiation. Your radiant body and radiating love and intention. And as an empath, like, oh, I'm overwhelmed by sensitivity and this and that. It's not necessarily sensitivity as much as it's like you're just transmuting the collective. You're transmuting and anchoring in the light around you and making a huge difference. You know, you were chosen to do that. Look at that cactus. So, like, because I hear so many psychics like, oh, you need to shield yourself. You need to practice shielding. And it's like, it ain't that. Because I'll visualize a shield around me. And it's like, oh, that's always been there. You know, it's not about, sometimes visualizing it helps strengthen it. But it's like, oh, but something's still getting me. It's like, oh, because that's, you know, part of my contract of why I'm here. You know, and the more that you shift the collective, the more you change the frequency, the more that you change the collective to be able to prepare for what you are here to bring to the world. Look at that agave. That's so cool. I love plants. That's amazing agave. Man. So I was looking at my Twin Flames Instagram posts, you know, just trying to, I don't know exactly why I do that. Definitely try to gain clarity on this feeling with this soul connection. And I guess maybe to support her and to see what she's going through. And I definitely feel what she's going through. But to kind of just see a photo or things she's expressing kind of helps me send her more love, helps me, well, my hope is that it helps me kind of gain clarity, which it doesn't always. So as I was looking at it, looking at some of her posts, I'm just like feeling confusion. Probably the first thing I felt was confusion, frustration, anger. And then I was kind of seeing like she is still stuck on her ex-partner, and there's definitely some frustration and confusion on my end, but I'm really feeling hers. And it's like she's just dwelling in the past, and it's almost like a woman experiences a man that, you know, does something wrong to her and they're hurt, and so then they kind of like tend to project that onto all men, and that's just kind of a shadow projection in the wound. But anyways, it's like you don't want to dwell in the past. It's okay, like you gotta create the future and move towards the future. You don't stay stuck in the past. You want to process and feel and look at the past. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You know, that's part of the trauma and the wounds and healing. I don't know. I'm just kind of expressing my experience. And I guess I kind of wanted to make that short. What else did I want to talk about? Wow. And there's a lot of crying, just like this endless trail of tears. So when people talk about twin flame and stuff, there's some people that are authentic and some people that think that they're going through that experience. But it's a very profound, deep, encompassing journey. You know, it just kind of, it almost creates a burden in a way where like this soul connection is so strong that it gets in the way of me moving forward. And it's like until I come together with this person, I can't really do much for myself. It makes it really hard to organize and create things, and God. And like I'm worried that this might not be my partner. But if, and this might help other people, if you're experiencing this profound and strong of a connection that just won't go away, it means that this person is your twin flame. You know, if you're experiencing it in this way. There's definitely a cord between me and this person that will not go away, because it is not up for my ego to cut the cord. It's not up for other psychics that think they're hot shit to cut the cord. You know, like I had this psychic and I was getting a healing, which I guess I didn't need from her. I don't think it really helped. It was a waste of $260, which is a lot for freaking healing. But anyways, I was like, yeah, I still am feeling energy from her. I'm still seeing her. She's like crying in my eyes, and like tears are manifesting in my eyes from her eyes, and it's like she's like, oh nope, it's gone. Nope, it's gone. And it's like that old psychic paradigm of like commanding something, and because you commanded it, if you believe it enough, it's true. And it's like, nope, don't work that way. Like, yeah, the energy is really intense right now. So it's like, seems like maybe that's how I transmute her energy. I'll look at her photo, feel her stuff, transmute, process, release it, and then come the upgrades. So I'm feeling a lot of energy. It was like the world turned, like as I was talking like a few seconds ago, it's like the world turned upside down, and I was like, whoa, actually the ground is the sky, and that's the ground. And it was like everything went up. And I was like, whoa. And it's just like, I'm a pretty grounded person to be able to maintain, balance as I'm walking down the street, doing my spiritual journal flow and experiencing all this energy and emotions. And yeah, so like, this is just preparing us. This is preparing us. As much as my ego wants to experience this or not experience certain things and just have liberation and want her to have a breakthrough so that I can create what I'm here to create and be of service and support myself financially and move in those directions, like, as much as my ego wants things to just be simple, it's kind of not so simple, because it's setting up all these circumstances that cause us to learn certain lessons, clear, and to prepare us for not only our personal journey together, but our service to the world and what we're here to create. Triggering and just like the endurance and strengthening of the energy. I've been going through this frustrating, confusing time, painful, anxious at times, and just like I have a direction, I have an aim, but it's just like, moving through that definitely is enduring and strengthening, and makes it almost so that, like, say like if I'm up on stage and doing some energy work, and it's like, oh, I can handle these energies moving through me because I've experienced so many hardships just in this process. So, Cal Forever here. Thanks for listening. Look at that. I wonder what... That's not a palm, is it? I like palm trees. I had an interesting dream last night, and I knew it was some healing and stuff. And last night I went to the wine place with my roommates, and both of my roommates go to AA, so we don't like drink. And we went and watched a band and drank some root beers, and asked one of my other roommates, I'm like, are you gonna drink that whole bottle of Pellegrino? like yes, I'm gonna drink the whole bottle. I'm like, all right. Oh, man, to get back to the twin flame thing, like, man, I want this so bad. It's like, she's like grabbing my heart. I was kind of like wondering, like, does she even know? I think she does, because I went on one date with this person and it didn't turn out like I had planned. And like, anyways, she was like, "Oh, you're a gypsy." I'm like, "What's a gypsy?" Because I was the person from California. I'm Cal. You know, Narnia, C.S. Lewis, Calvin Silver Lewis. That's like her last name. So like, it's this weird combobulated, like intuitive, just like with the magic on these little symbols and vibrations that determine my inner knowing. And besides the fact of just the inner knowing. But she was like, "Oh, you're a gypsy." And she posted a video a while back. And she was talking about, like, you know, she was saying it in like third person, like it wasn't her experience, like she was helping people. But it was like, she's like, what exactly did she say? Look at these flowers. Is that chamomile? No. Anyways. God, why is it so hard to say this in a word that's almost like she doesn't want me to? Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like, but it's the truth. You gotta be honest. So, like, she said something in her video, like how her family doesn't want her to be with the gypsy and to move to California. And it's like, well, that's pretty good confirmation right there. Like, what's the chances that she feels guided to be with a gypsy? You know, someone that traveled the U.S. in their school bus, that lives in California, or, well, I live in Arizona, but, you know, close enough, because I have lived in California, the West Coast. You know, God, it was so hard to explain that. It's because I'm feeling a block, and so it's like really hard to express, you know, the third party experience of a relationship. That's the relationship, is the third party. And so it's like she's fighting herself from expressing it. She's fighting me from expressing it. And it's like, well, you lied. Okay, you lied. And if you can't get away with a lie, you have to be honest, you know? So it's better just to be honest right away and truthful. The ego likes to think that it can get away with things. But from the soul's perspective, it's like, oh, well, the ego obviously is just creating lessons for itself. So, yeah. I decided not to go barefoot today. That's a cool bird. But anyways, so me and my roommates went to the wine place, and what did we do? Oh, we were like feeling so good from the energy, like all three of us. And like the night before, like we couldn't get any sleep because of the energy. And then it was like, so it's like, you know, sometimes the bad energies of clearing last for a while. Sometimes it only lasts 10 minutes. Sometimes it lasts an hour. You know, sometimes it lasts like a month. But it's like, once you get to the end of that, it's like, and it's like, you can feel the bliss and the upgrade. But if you're not feeling the peace and the groundedness, sometimes it can be anxious. I feel it in my chakras, like right here and here. I wonder what she's doing, because I'm feeling whatever she's doing, I'm feeling it. And it's so frustrating. It's like, I just gotta fucking know, because I'm feeling this and I know this on a soul level and it's affecting me, but like I can't cognize and ground it and make sense to it. So it's just like this confusing experience, and so it makes it very frustrating. And then I'm like wanting to process and to heal, things, because I feel very hurt that she was with another guy. Like that hurts me. That's like crossing boundaries, and I really very much feel like should have been boundaries created where it's like, okay, we're twin flames. We're going to go through our inner process and then we're going to come together. And I don't know if she recognized that I was her partner at the time, or if it's just now that she's beginning to recognize that. And so, which hurts, because it's like, I'm a great person. I'm really creative. I'm really wise. I'm really smart. I'm intellectual, even though I like to feel and be grounded. I'm a musician. I have a lot of good, really strong energy. I'm really loving and compassionate. And I'm a protective person. That's something I realized in this situation where I was being protective. Once I found out what kind of happened with something, I started kind of being protective because I felt like I needed to do something. But anyways, I hope if you're going through a twin flame experience, I hope that this really helps you not feel alone, helps confirm your experience. And for the longest time I was just in the I don't know about it. I don't know. I have this feeling that this might be my partner. I'm going to allow the universe to give me evidence. And I was slowly given evidence by evidence. And it was intuitive. It probably was evidence that wouldn't make sense to a lot of people, but to me it did. And it was confirmation after confirmation. It's like, I had a random chance meeting with this person. You cannot make this up, Like, shit like that doesn't just happen in life if it's not a meaningful thing. It didn't just happen by chance. So, Cal Forever here, almost to the stupa. Gonna play some flute and chant. I might do a video. But anyways, peace. Break out of stagnation. Break through, move on, fly.